Today's topic is about cystic fibrosis, and my daughter Sadie, who is now 3.5, she has cystic fibrosis. So to begin with, a little disclaimer that if you have cystic fibrosis, especially if you're somebody young watching this, take the medicines you need and follow your doctor's instructions. This video is basically my own opinion and what I'm doing in regards to how I deal with cystic fibrosis. We found out that Sadie had cystic fibrosis when she was 3 weeks old, and I went on to Google and I read that the average life expectancy was something like 34 years old, and of course I freaked out, as a mother would. Anyway, I was very lucky that we have an amazing team here at Auckland Hospital at Starship, specialists and dietitians and physios, and who have been amazing, and I put all my faith in their expertise, that they know exactly what they're doing. Just a quick rundown, I'll put a link below on what cystic fibrosis is, but basically it affects your lungs and your pancreas, your digestive system. The first 1.5 years, there was medicines and learning what to do in regards to her condition, numerous hospital visits, and then unfortunately in her second year, we had 2 stays at hospital, 4-week stay at hospital altogether that year. And that's basically when I decided to really put the law of attraction and what I knew about the law of attraction in action. I just decided to shut myself off from any stories about people's journey with cystic fibrosis, whether that be good and positive or negative and not so good, because there were people who were saying to me, really positive story, I know this person and they're doing so amazing. I basically learnt the basics about cystic fibrosis, but I didn't want to know any more. And you're thinking, that's pretty ignorant of you, Lorna. Why would you do that? And these are my reasons. As you know, if you are thinking about something, you will bring more of that thing into your life. So I realised that the more that I talked about cystic fibrosis, the more I read about cystic fibrosis, the more groups I joined, the more stories I heard, as according to the law of attraction, the more I am bringing that into my life. So I chose, like I said, to not really talk about it, not really tell anyone, not read about it, not research about it, because I just wanted to focus on Sadie being Sadie and not Sadie with cystic fibrosis, and I didn't want to bring cystic fibrosis into my life. So what I did was I did what I had to do. I give Sadie her medicines, I do what the doctors tell me. Please don't think that I don't do that as a mother I'm supposed to do, because I do. We have hospital visits at the moment, which are every 2 months, just to have a checkup. But other than that, I basically ignore it. If I do need to tell somebody for any particular reason, I'm like, did I tell you that Sadie has cystic fibrosis? And I deliver it in such a way that one woman said to me, that's awesome. Wait a minute, what did I just say? Yeah, and she cracked up laughing. So yeah, I deliver it in a really positive way, and Sadie, who is now 3.5, knows now that she has cystic fibrosis, and that, when I talk to her about it, I deliver the information that it is a very positive thing, talk about it like it's a special thing, but I don't really talk about it. And it was quite funny, because my son, one day, I was talking to Sadie about it, and my son, who's 6, said to me, Mum, you do realise that cystic fibrosis is a bad thing? And I was like, is it son? I do believe, without going too much into it, but Sadie as source energy, before she came into the physical body, would have chosen to have cystic fibrosis. When you experience unpleasant things in your life, such as depression or grief, or in Sadie's case, cystic fibrosis or physical disability or anything like that, it serves you, and that it makes you reach for what makes you feel joy and bliss and alive. I guess in Sadie's case, where she has something where she might not live as long as the normal person, she might be in hospital more, who knows, etc. In some ways, it will push her and guide her into seeking out what is life really about. And it will cause what we call expansion for her for her spirit or her energy, her soul energy. It has a purpose, and I don't judge it. So after Sadie had a couple of stays in hospital, I decided to really put the law of attraction into work, focus on her being perfectly healthy. And these are some of my tips for people who have cystic fibrosis or anything along, these lines, any kind of health problems. My affirmations, which I say most days, are Sadie is perfectly healthy. I love that Sadie is perfectly healthy. And I will often visualize her. I don't know why, but my visualization of Sadie is her as a girl. She seems in my head about 11, and she's riding a bicycle, and she's riding her bike, and she's looking and smiling at me, hi mum, and she's healthy and vibrant. It's funny, when I'm at hospital, I will always get myself in this really happy, positive place, high vibration, before I go to the hospital for Sadie's checkups. And I'll say to the doctor, she's perfectly healthy, isn't she? She's perfectly healthy, right? And so I changed my beliefs, and I created my affirmations, which I would say and still do say on a daily basis. But like I said, just kind of ignored it as well. So then once I really put that into place, Sadie has just been so healthy. And we go for her hospital visits, and the doctors say, she's doing amazing, like she's doing so well, like we don't even hardly need to see you. She had her lungs checked, which happens every year, and I overheard the doctor say to a trainee doctor, when they were looking at the scan of the lungs, and he said, the lungs of a cystic fibrosis child don't normally look this good. And I overheard him, I said, excuse me, did you just say what I think you said? I have this firm belief, like I am certain that within Sadie's lifetime she will be cured of cystic fibrosis. And the reason I believe that is because, one, the medical advancements in cystic fibrosis have been amazing in the last 10 to 20 years. Two, who knows what's going to happen in her lifetime as far as medicine goes. And three, miracles happen. And you say, well, no one's ever been cured of cystic fibrosis. It's a genetic disease that you have for the rest of your life. But yeah, she could be the first one. And miracles in health and diseases happen every day. Go Google some stories and find some awesome stories of people curing themselves of cancer and curing themselves of this and that. And miracles do happen. But like I said, those are my reasons for believing in utter, complete faith that Sadie will be cured of cystic fibrosis in her lifetime. And she will live a perfectly healthy, fulfilling life. See, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited thinking about that, because I just know it. I believe it. That's my belief. Whatever you believe is your truth, and that is what will be manifested into your life. You create your reality. What the hell do you mean, Lorna? Well, go back and watch some of my other vlogs about what I mean by creating your reality. And if the law of attraction says that what you're thinking about and talking about is what you are going to bring into your life. That is what you're going to manifest daily in your reality. Exciting, right? So exciting. And when Sadie is old enough to take this on herself, to make decisions for herself about medications and, how she lives her life and etc., I will just be saying to her, Sadie, always follow your own guidance system. Do what feels right and good for you. And you're like, well, how do you know what's right? How do I know what's right to do and the right thing and correct thing? Because when you think about it, you will feel that it feels right and it feels good. And you follow that. That is your guidance system. Your guidance system, your connection to your higher source. Your higher source telling you, this is good. This is right. That is most likely the right thing to do. Follow that. Also, Sadie having cystic fibrosis made me super grateful for my own health. And, I just want to respect what I have and not take it for granted. Like I said, I want to eat things that make me feel good. I want to go to the gym. I want to do things that make me feel alive. So cystic fibrosis definitely has not held Sadie back from living a normal life. She goes to Montessori daycare, she goes to soccer, she goes to dance, she does whatever she wants to do. And winter I do stay away from people who have coughs and bugs and colds. And in regards to any of the stuff that I've talked about today, please let me know below. Love to hear from you, and I really am so grateful that you are here watching this vlog with me, that you're following this journey, that in some way I could possibly be helping you reach hard out happiness. And if you have cystic fibrosis and you're watching, hey, you are perfect. And life is all as it was meant to be. It serves you. It has a purpose. And remember that life is about finding your bliss and discovering joy. And something that brings you bliss, do more of that. Bye guys. Bye. This top is so cool. Bye.